Connecticut has 5 major campuses. The main ones at Stores, we got one at Avery Point, Hartford, Stanford, and Waterbury. And as a student who has spent the past 2 years in Waterbury, it sucks. It's not that good. But I think I need to make myself feel better about the poor choices I made in high school that brought me here. So I'm gonna find out if we're actually better off than any of the campuses. And I think the only way that we could do that is before I get into everyone's water quality, you need to know what a PFAS is. PFAS stands for polyfluoroalkyl or a perfluoroalkyl substance. And wushu.org describes it as a chemical that can't break down on its own. They also call them forever chemicals on their website, which I like way better. So that's what I'm gonna call them instead for the rest of this video. Some examples of forever chemicals, stuff that you guys recognize. I'm not gonna pull out the big ones. Things like chloroform, nitrite, nitrate, fluoride, strontium, chromium, like stuff like that. Even if you don't know what that is, you know that that's not supposed to be like in your body, because that's bad. The kind of things that you would find forever chemicals in is stuff like a lot of like cleaning products, non-stick pans, shampoos, nail polish, makeup products, and very specifically the materials that are used in like tents and umbrellas. A lot of bad stuff that you don't want in your drinking water, but it turns out that is a big problem in a lot of water. But now that you know what a forever chemical or a PFAS is, now I can get into how I'll actually be ranking the water in all of these places. The Environmental Water Group is a non-profit organization that has been running since about 1993, and they have a mission to allow people to make healthy choices in a healthy environment. Basically what they do is they just go around the country, they go to all the towns and all the states, and they measure everyone's water, and they find out how many forever chemicals are in them, and they also measure how much of them are over their health limits where it becomes hazardous. In the description of this video, I will link their website, so if you have any doubts about what the results are, you can go to their website yourself, and then you can compare all the data. It's live, it gets updated every once in a while. So for any doubters, you know where to go. But now I'm gonna tell you how their measurements are actually work, like how they format everything. So once you load onto one of their pages, you will see in your section, there'll be an orange circle and there'll be 2 numbers. There'll be a number in the middle and the number on the bottom. So the number on the bottom will tell you the total amount of contaminants that are in that water. And the number in the middle, the bigger number that's more emphasized, that's the number of the ones that go over the legal limit. So the other ones, although they're bad, it's not enough to critically impact you over time, but these ones are. And that's the important one that we're going to be talking about in this ranking. But now that you have a gist of how things are going to be going, now we'll get into the actual rankings and we'll see where everyone falls. Alright, so I want to let you guys know I'm going to be ranking this in no particular order. After I'm done listing out all their rankings, I will display the order of lowest to highest. Obviously highest being at number 1, being the cleanest water, just so you guys know. Alright, so the first one we're going to be covering is the Hartford campus. The water found in Hartford has found out a total of 19 contaminants, and 7 of them pass the Environmental Water Group guidelines. Next is Stanford. They have a total of 22 contaminants, and 12 of them are above the Environmental Water Group health guidelines. So a little bit worse. Not too much worse, but you'd rather be in Hartford than Stanford. Next is our main competitor, our big boy Stores. They have a total of 21 contaminants, and out of those 21, 13 of them are over EWG health guidelines. Next up, we got our very lonely Uconn students up at Avery Point. Literally no one's there. They have I think it's 469 total students. They're smaller than my middle school. That's crazy. Me personally, I wouldn't go there. But even though this is a school that's based around water and has a lot of marine-based majors, their water is not that good. Better than Stores, they have 15 contaminants and 7 of them are over the EWG health guidelines. So they're a little bit better than Hartford. Not much better, but they're a little bit better. And finally, the place I'm repping, Waterbury. Unfortunately, it has a total of 17 contaminants, but out of those 17, only 6 pass the environmental water group health guidelines. Not only does Waterbury beat Storrs, it literally beats everyone, not by a lot, but they beat everyone. Now, even though Waterbury is now good at something, that doesn't mean it's not something to be proud of, because having 6 contaminants that go over the water group's health guidelines is still bad. All the water qualities of the Uconn schools are pretty horrible. They suck a lot. So don't be out here drinking the tap water in your bathroom. Yeah, I guess now Waterbury is the best at something. Would have never expected that to happen. Yeah, it kind of sucks for everyone at Storrs. Like, you know, they're out here drinking water. They're basically like, with every sip, they're basically just like eating an umbrella. Like me personally, I would never want to do that, so kind of sucks for them. Yeah, unfortunately, that's gonna have to conclude this project. Maybe if in the future the water gets updated and water rate gets worse, maybe I'll make a follow-up, but who knows, because this is for school, and I'm not going to do this again in my own free will. Yeah, until that day comes, Waterbury on top.